you're back.
All right, guys, we are back, and nothing has happened since we left you 5 seconds ago. But actually now we see Electrician with his invisibility rune, maybe looking to start something up here on Forsaken Archer, but Forsaken Archer is just going to be a little bit too quick to get away. But, I mean, Toby, what are your thoughts so far in this game?
My thoughts so far that the Legion side, they're trying to attack, but every single time they do, things just never work. From like Defiler getting caught up there on the top lane, they're just not finding that right timing, which we've seen so much throughout the entire games here in the semi-finals. The timing has been absolutely everything for them here, and it's just not coming up from Electrician actually having to fall back now with the Invis rune wearing off there. He was looking for a moment, but they can't find the opening they need. 3 heroes ready to push this midsection now. Please tell me Hellbringer is actually not level 6 yet. I'd actually like Defiler to move back a little bit further there so Hellbringer can actually take the XP from this lane so they can actually try and counter push these lanes out. They have a lot of pushing power, and I think they're going to make the most of it. At the moment, it's just literally the Legion. They're caught on their back heels. They need to push. The tier 1 towers are still up. Of course, while that's happening, once again, the unstoppable lane on the bottom lane, we lose yet another hero. TP support was coming on down. They've actually fallen themselves back now, and now there's actually 3 of them hitting on that one. Tier 1 towers is literally on the plate, is on the appetite here of the MSI boys, and they've just claimed 2 in the last, what was that? We got 1 tower before the 10-minute mark, and now we just got 1 here just before the 12-minute 30 mark here, and still getting kills coming off here. Forsaken Archer actually catching 1 out there as well. So it's now Hellbringer going on down.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Fnatic MSI. You know what? I think after last game, they got their mojo back, so to speak, and now they're ready to kind of get in here and play their hearts out. I mean, already taking out a second tier tower here at the 13-minute mark. This is going to be absolutely huge. I mean, you talk about gold lead right now. I mean, almost 10,000, or I'm sorry, almost 8,000 gold lead here, and they've got about a 4,000 experience lead. Although TP's coming in down here at the bottom, and now Predator leaping in onto Diminished Shaman. The wave of death is going to hit. Is it going to be enough? Diminished Shaman trying to keep himself alive, taking all this damage. He is eventually going to go down as Plague Rider was trying to put some damage on him, but actually didn't even happen. So now Druid's answering back with a couple kills of their own. Now looking at a 5 to 9 hero kill deficit for Druids, but able to come down here. And were they able to get the deny on that tower? No, they were not. So that tower does go down, and the gold will go to this Hellborn team. So even though they lost a couple heroes, Pestilence stayed alive, Forsaken Archer stayed alive, and they trade that off for a tower or for a second tier tower. I'll take that any day.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good trade to come off, especially taking out those 2 towers. It now makes the Legion neutrals, it's insane territory to go into. You need to have wards up. It's going to cost them to do so as well. And generally, sometimes it's actually not even worth the effort. You've got to try and just push out the Hellborn top lane and actually take out their towers and then farm up their neutrals. Because at the moment, you try and go in there, you spend the 200 gold every now and then. Sure, you're going to make that back slowly through the farm, but economy-wise, sometimes it's not worth it. Try and just push your lanes out, get on top of it. But even then, you need your post-haste. There's no post-haste up at the moment, and that's the only way to get yourself around at the moment, because you're losing these towers left, right, and centre. You can't use your TPs to them. As like the TP towards top Electrician, he couldn't do that. He can't do that in the bottom lane. You can't get the support up there. So for people like Pestilence, as well as Soul Reaper up there now on the top lane, they're like, yeah, cool, we can take this one. It's actually being a little bit more aggressive. Predator going straight into the Hellborn neutrals. The support is coming up from downriver though. Curse is just around the corner. Shaman's up around there too. Predator, I hope for the love of all MSI fans, you actually fall back here. For all Druid fans, you actually fall back here. It looks like we're going to see a push on the top here, but the Hellborn, they're ready. MSI, they're ready. There's 4, 5, all 5 heroes actually up now. Defiler, ulti's up. Everyone's got full mana. Everyone's got full health. Taking it out now, and in comes the Stormcloud. Pestilence ulti now on the back of Electrician. Now goes the ulti here from Defiler. Silence goes off as well. Just trying to slow down that Accursed from getting himself in there, but they're holding back right at the moment. They can't push themselves in. There's no creep wave, there's no tower, and it's our Mexican standoff again. There's no hero anywhere else on the map at the moment. All 5 heroes for both teams up here on the top. They're literally having a standoff, and they're buying time for the Defiler ulti to actually wear off. She doesn't come in. They're not flanking around. They're literally standing on the front lines. Now they come in. Defiler ulti's worn off. Malphus comes up from below on the back of the Soul Reaper. The Chain Stun's coming up here, and the Plague Rider ulti carving him up from the inside. We've already lost the Shaman. It's still bouncing around. Forsaken Archer should go down as well. What a play coming out here, but they're still losing heroes left, right and centre. We've actually lost Electrician as well as our big boy who dropped the Malphus coming on down. Now they're moving themselves back here. Soul Reaper healing himself up here. They try to stay on top of it. Predator now having to fall back here. The hat trick comes off. He's the only one left alive at the moment, and it's genocide. Absolute genocide. They batten down the hatches, and what an absolute play coming out from MSI. They looked very, very shaky there. The play grinder ulti coming off there, and they split them up, they took them out, and they continue to fight next to the tower for that one. And what a fantastic team fight, and what a play from MSI to come out on top on that one.
You know, MSI, they did what they needed to do. Basically, when you're playing against a Defiler, who's just such a good pushing hero, you got to get in there and make her use the ultimate when she doesn't want to. You know, she used it to try to push that tower, and what they do, they pushed right back. They made her get back. They made sure that ultimate was not doing any damage to the tower.
Yeah.
And then Druids were kind of stuck there. You know, you're right. They didn't try to get around. They didn't try to go any other way. Basically, they waited until Defiler's ultimate was all the way, you know, it was past.
It wore off when they pushed in.
It worn off, and then they pushed in, and you know, good stuns by Pestilence, great support from both Diminished Shaman and a Curse to make sure that Soul Reaper stayed alive as long as possible, and you know, it really shows that MSI, that, you know, a lot of people consider them to be the #1 team in the world right now.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, it's basically between three teams. In a lot of people's opinions, it's, you know, a lot of people still like Load a lot because they haven't. I mean, they've lost recently, and there's a lot of drama about them. But, you know, they won like 50 matches in a row. I mean, it's hard to knock somebody off the #1 seed just because they lose a couple matches. But, you know, MSI and KD Gaming, those are the two teams which a lot of people consider to be #1 right now. And MSI definitely showing why they are in those talks.
Yeah, they definitely. They're showing a perfect game. Perfect game. You said perfect. The Defiler ulti, they didn't wait for the right time. But I just wonder what it would have been like if you actually jumped on the back of that Defiler ulti. You moved yourself around the back. You didn't just try and face them face to face. It was obviously that doesn't work. You always got to try something different. Try a different strat. Try and push them out. Try and come around from behind. Surprise your opponents. Don't just say, we're here, you're here, let's do this. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You need to try and get the upper hand somehow, and especially going up against this Hellborn massive healing lineup, you need something special.
Well, not only did they cost themselves the lack of a tower and a genocide, but that also bought Pestilence his portal key.
Oh,
so you need to watch out now, Druids, because Pestilence is going to be... Oh, there we go right now, already starting, porting in... actually, Diminished Shaman being the one taken out right there. So that's, you know, that's a bit unfortunate for MSI. But, you know, the thing is that you still got to play smart. You know, you got the lead advantage right now. And now Pestilence being taken out here. I mean, absolutely, you know, Defiler throwing that ult up. And that's the thing, is that you want to make Defiler use that ultimate when she's not close to a tower. However, when Defiler has that ultimate up and you're the only person in her sights, guess what? You're taking a ton of damage. So you basically become a tower, and, you know, your health bar just basically dwindles to nothing in a matter of seconds. So Defiler, you know, Druids as a whole, making sure that that everybody who's watching this right now knows that Fnatic may have won that last team fight, but they are still not out of it.
No, they're definitely not. Because you also notice the Defiler ulti, it was cancelling the port key. He couldn't get himself away. He was getting the distance between the heroes, but he was getting continuously attacked by that ulti, and he couldn't escape. He could not escape. He was caught on the wrong side of the river. All he needed was one port key, jump himself back down again. None of the heroes for the Legion side were actually moving themselves back for that actually scenario. In the end, they thought, yeah, nah, cool, Defiler ulti, yeah, got it, sweet. And that's exactly what came off in the end. And it's a little bit back. It's still 7-14 on the kill count board. I think that's actually 8-14.
It's 9-14, but Legion's gotten 2 kills thus far.
Yeah, so it doesn't always just tally up here. So obviously my board gets to be glitched. So 20 minutes actually coming up here, and we hit the legendary mid game. This is the time when everyone should be, they literally make the most of their starts. They get themselves out, they roam themselves around. It's been happening so far already, but a lot of it's been still based around the tower defense, like that massive battle around the tier 1 tower of the Hellborn up there on the top before. A lot of that before. Mass TP is actually coming towards that tier 1 tower on the top lane for some reason, as we see 3 heroes actually TPing themselves in towards that one. Kongor is up, and we're actually going to see our first Kongor coming out from this one, because 20 minutes is when the big man does actually come in, or the big gorilla, obviously not being a man, coming on through, and that will be a very, very easy kill coming through. But will they actually get caught off guard? Electrician now coming in. They do have Defiler around as well. Ulti is up for Defiler as well, so they might try and make the most of this one if they can catch someone out. But no, they're going to fall back. There's not enough support, and that's just not enough sight. Oh no, Lola's caught out. Pestilence, port key, stun off the back of it. Electrician shields up, but nothing can stand up against that one. And they're not finished just yet. Defiler TPing out. Hellborn bring a TPing out, wants to get themselves out of it. In fact, actually TPing up towards the top because who is up there? Soul Reaper is carving them up from the inside out. Managed to claim 2. Does actually die in the process, but still 2 for 1. That's good in anyone's odds.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Trixie playing that Soul Reaper, he's done an absolutely phenomenal job thus far. And actually, in this entire series, it looks like we might see the Hellborn team, Fnatic MSI, pushing towards this middle tower. Not sure if they're going to be able to take it out. I mean, the respawn time is still pretty early in the game. I mean, we have just reached the mid-game phase, but some of the levels, I mean, they're not high enough to where they can really prevent people from, or to where the point where they can prevent people from pushing those towers because the respawn timers are just still so low that you can't really, you know what I mean, win a team fight and immediately do whatever you want. So, you know, at this point, Fnatic MSI, they've got a pretty good lead out. I mean, they got a 12,000 gold lead. At 20 minutes into the game, that's pretty big. I mean, this isn't like 45 minutes. This isn't an hour into the game. This is 20 minutes into the game, or 22 minutes actually, to be precise. And they got a 12,000 gold lead. I mean, you really got to look for Fnatic MSI. As long as they can hold on to what they got now, then I think they should be able to take it. You know, with obviously there's going to be some stiff competition from Druids. Yeah. They're not going to give up.
They're definitely not. They're going to try and push these lanes out. I think that's literally what it's going to come out to. They're going to push this middle. Accursed is actually, for some reason, still moving around. That's why, because he's on the back of an Invis rune. They're pushing the tier 1 tower. 1 TP support coming in. Second one's coming as well. Pestilence, poor keys in. The stun's gone off. And now the Plague Rider ulti. Perfect timing to come out. It brings down Pestilence. It's still bouncing around. Token of Life actually bouncing off as well from the Accursed. So they actually bring down literally 2 heroes in the middle of this one. But now Malphas ulti comes straight up as well, slowing down Accursed. Didn't really get the massive stuff that Forsaken Archer still moving around. Where's the Flame Breath coming out from Malphas? He needs that. They've lost Defiler already. We've still got the Predator on the back of the ulti. Still now goes down finally. So 44 seconds on the bench for him. And Malphas is now trying to run away, trying to actually juke the Plague Rider around the corner here to not give him the gold. And not Plague Rider, actually, the Forsaken Archer. And in the end, doesn't really care. They're going to push this mid tower. 2 heroes down so far. And I think that's a very, very quick. It was actually, I don't think there was even a respawn time. It's just a token of life just bouncing off from them. And this should be a tier 1 here. And important stun is important. There's a call coming out from Pestilence. It was the great engagement. As then comes the own stun coming back again, almost making him just shoving the words straight back down the throat of a Pestilence. If a Beetle actually, in fact, does actually have a throat. They're moving up towards the tier 2 tower on the top lane now. All the support's there. The cloud goes up and say goodbye to your tower. And I think that is, in fact, the last tower outside the main base here of Druids. And literally, this is rough seas, batten down the hatches kind of style.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you said, it's the barracks. It's the
barracks. It's the racks.
It's the barracks. It's the shrine. You know? I mean, granted, taking all these towers out, especially all the towers down before the 25-minute mark, that is a phenomenal accomplishment, especially against a team as skilled as Druids is. And that's going to allow them to control the map the way they want to. I mean, it's time to drop the defensive wards and try to start planning the offensive ones. It's time to start catching people in their own jungle. It's time to make sure that they don't leave their base, that you control the farm, and that you control the game. MSI, I mean, no doubt in my mind that they're going to be able to do that. I mean, just a team of that caliber is not going to let a game like this slip away, and not without some phenomenal play on Druid's part.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Druids needs to capitalize on any minor mistakes, even the minor mistakes. They need to capitalize on any of those that MSI might make if they want to get back into this, because, like you said, with all 6 of those towers down, I mean, granted, you're right, it is the racks, but you know, having a 17,000 gold lead, that doesn't hurt nobody.
It doesn't. They're looking good. They're looking good. This is like Armani for Hon at the moment. They are looking fantastic at the moment. But Druids, like, seriously, they're like the budget store. They can come back from this one. It's not that hard to do. And literally, it gets the job done. And that's what they've got to do. They've got to literally knuckle down and say, okay, guys, we've had a horrendous start. We've still got the heroes, we've still got the talent, we've got the teamwork that can come out from it as well. We can take this. We can take this if we can focus, if we can find ourselves a strat. What strat they need, we don't know. They've got to surprise us. Electrician, I think he's going to try out the. I think I'm going to push strat and try and take somebody out here. While Electrician actually pushing back now as Defiler actually uses the wave to actually take out the rest of it. That tier 1 tower is still up there. That massive battle which happened up the top there. Tier 1 tower is still up here.
All towers are still up.
Now have a look at the boys coming around the back. Soul Reaper, Accursed, Pestilence. They're running past the outpost. They've caught Plague Rider out, and that was just an easy kill. Very, very easy kill. No wards, no watching it. And, they've now got a 5v4. They can push in if they wanted to. No Plague Rider ulti up, but still 30 seconds on the clock. The spawn times are getting longer. They can't do everything they want to at the moment, but they are definitely in that position of, you're still a player down. 20 seconds, that's a long time in a game of on.
Let's talk about farm. I mean, as we now look at Fnatic MSI pushing into the top area of this top lane, going on this defensive tower. Not sure if the glyph is up for use. If it is, I expect them to either use it to do this or defend the barracks. But they're trying their best here. But however, Plague Rider is up and he does have his ultimate, so Fnatic MSI needs to be careful. They need to not give anything away here. Now it looks like Electrician going in. There's Predator with the lead. They're going to initiate. Here comes Hellbringer. There goes Pestilence. He's going to try to get in there. There's a Plague Rider ultimate. It's bouncing around. It's causing a lot of damage, but it's going to get stuck in a creep wave. That's not going to be any good. Here comes Forsaken Archer. She's now putting the ultimate out. Wow, I'm so excited. I just lost sight of everything that's going on screen here, but there's a wave of death from the Defiler. Now Pestilence coming back in, putting the stun out. Pestilence taking a lot of damage. Now Hellbringer, he's the only one left alive that's really going to be able to do anything. Electrician, he's coming back in. It looks like he may have fought back. Here comes Electrician, though, on his way back up. They're going to get that tower denied, so an excellent job getting that tower denied. However, this top base is exposed, and I would not be surprised if they start to work on the barracks a little bit as the creep support now comes in, and they are down here working a 5 against 2 type scenario. And wow, my voice is just getting ripped apart right now. We are yelling. We are excited. I mean, this has been an absolutely phenomenal series as now Fnatic MSI, they're trying their hardest to close this one out. They want to go to the grand stage. They want to go to the finals. They want that money. Let's go, Fnatic MSI. All they need to do
is GG!
Here goes the GG. Are we going to see the concede vote come through? There's the vote to concede. Is it going to go through?
Druids, I don't know. The call's coming out from a lot of the players, but the concede must be confirmed before they go out. No one is leaving the base right now, so they've all got to actually hit the confirm button before it actually becomes official. Either a concede or the world tree must go down for MSI to say that crowd that's been waiting.
The vote just failed.
The vote failed. It's not over.
Actually, people are getting up, getting out of their seats. So, guys, good game. This one is over. They're going directly to the final stage. Guys, Fnatic MSI, KD Gaming, finals game. Game 1 should be coming up here pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to be able to work this out, guys. But are we going to be able to stream this to the community?
We'll find out sometime soon.
No, or you don't know? You don't know? All right, we don't know yet, guys. But rest assured, I mean, if we can't do it now, we'll do a replay for sure. But we're definitely going to try to get you guys all the coverage that you deserve. And wow, what a
lead up! What a lead up!
Yeah, what a great series. Can the finals be any better than the semifinals?
No, please, no. I need to actually live through this event.
My voice can't take another game like that.
It's going to be... No, we're going to go it's actually best of 3 for the grand final too, I do believe, not a best of 5, so we're still going to go over. But these two teams, what they've shown us so far, we now have 5 players on our original grand final placement. This is going to be one hell of a match.
And think about this. Not only is the finals going to be great, but before the tournament started, we were able to cast Drdz going up against TXL, and those guys are going to be fighting it over for 3rd place. And that was a great match, super close match between those two teams. So not only are the finals matches going to be great, but the 3rd place fight is going to be absolutely amazing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the beginning. The semifinals was the beginning of these super competitive matches. Toby Wan, man, it is great to have you with me. With Reiki and I should say.
Yeah,
not just with me. I don't want to take all the credit.
We're going to play favorites.
I mean, God, this has been such an experience thus far. And, I mean, it's like I said, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. Guys, make sure you stay tuned. Hawkcast.com. Toby Wan Kenobi from GameSta. S2 Games. DreamHack Summer 2010. We're coming to you live. We got a whole lot more content in store for you guys. Stay tuned.